But let's go ahead and get into the unboxing for the Pimax 8KX. So, this thing is arguably the best VR headset, at least in theory, and I struggled for a long time deciding whether or not to buy this, because I bought this with my own money, and I was struggling, like, because half the reviewers that reviewed this thing, at least users that reviewed it, were like, this thing is the best VR headset ever. It's amazing. It's so good. It's so clear. And then half of the people had like just nonstop problems and issues with it. So I'm really curious to see what I think about it. And so I figured a live unboxing and experience of this product would probably be the most realistic take on it, at least as long as I don't run into any major issues like showstopper bugs or glitches that I'll have to get fixed. But we'll see, because setting up the Pimax 5K Plus, my other VR headset over there, was rather interesting the first time, because the PyTool software was not very optimized originally, so it should be better now. Okay, so everyone that was hopping into this live stream, I know you guys, I normally review laptops in my live streams, and talk laptops, but today we're talking about VR headsets. I'll be doing some more laptop live streams in the near future, so you'll want to come back to answer, and I'll answer your laptop questions another day. But I appreciate everyone hopping in the live stream. So let's go ahead and start the unboxing with an official intro, and then now that everyone's had a chance to hop in the live stream that's interested in this, so yeah, and I'll start the VOD right here coming up as well. Okay, here we go. What's up, and welcome to my live unboxing of the Pimax 8KX. This is the highest number of pixels in a consumer VR headset that money can buy, at least that I'm aware of. There is commercial headsets that have similar levels of pixels, but they are like way more money, and they're like designed for industrial use, where this is designed for like a VR enthusiast. And I'm really curious to see what this thing looks like in the headset, because half of the reviews that I looked at on this thing were like so positive and like so incredibly like, oh my god, this headset sounds too good to be true. And then the other half were like, this headset's a piece of trash. Why would anyone want to buy or use this headset? So I'm really curious what my thoughts are, and I figure a live unboxing, setup, and testing would be the best way to show people which reviewers are right, and maybe they both are right. Maybe some of those people had bad headsets or something, or maybe they didn't know how to tweak the headset to get the best visuals out of the headset, because this is also a very enthusiast level headset that requires a lot of custom tweaking to get the best visual experience possible. So, all right, let's go ahead and hop into it. So there is the internal box. Now, I did order this off Amazon for the express reason that, like, because half the users had bad experiences, I was a little worried spending my own money on it. So if I need to return this thing, at least because I ordered it off of Amazon, I'll be able to return it if I need to, without as much hassle. Because if you buy this and it's being shipped internationally, you're going to run into a big hassle trying to return it. So if you do buy this headset, I'm kind of recommending people to buy it off Amazon, at least until we have more confirmation of whether or not the headset's really, really good or not. So we got this nice layer of bubble wrap. And by the way, I do have an affiliate link in the description down below, so if you do decide this headset's the right headset for you, you can help support my channel by using that affiliate link, but no pressure in buying this thing or not. Let's just find out how good it is. So there it is. Boom. Vision is your world. Can you guys see that? There we go. There we go. Okay, so that's kind of cool. Oh, and there's the headset. So you're straight into the headset. And let's go ahead and get a little closer top-down view on this guy. Ellie, no one's really talking because people aren't as hyped on the VR headset, because I normally do laptops. But if you guys have any questions on this VR headset, you guys let me know in chat, and I will try to do my best to answer your questions. So here is the 8KX. They've packaged this thing, I think, rather nicely. I don't think it'll get damaged in shipping. And, I mean, yeah, we'll see. Now, there are... Let's just go ahead and try taking this guy out. Let's see what's in this thing. Okay. All right. So it looks like we have a microfiber lens cloth, which is what you'd want to use to clean the lenses. You don't want to use any kind of liquid when you clean these lenses. You just want to wipe the sweat or whatever got on the lens with that. Looks like we have a little quick guide on what to plug in. Makes sense. Nothing too crazy. Now this headset uses Lighthouse bass tracking, which I already have set up because I have a Pimax 8K Plus and a valve index that I use with the Lighthouse's base stations. Looks like they have a little guide here on how you're supposed to do the audio strap. Let's just bring that closer so you can kind of see that. But I believe you want to plug this into the left side audio if you're going to add a third-party audio bit to this headset based on everything I've read online. And I did do a lot of reading on this. So there's the headset itself. Not too heavy. Let's go ahead and... I need to back the camera up a little bit so you guys can see a little more of this. It's a big, wide headset. But it doesn't really weigh that much. This is the surprising thing. You kind of would think it would weigh more than it actually does, I think. Or at least a lot of people would. And I'm actually holding the whole weight of the cable right now on the headset too, so it'll actually weigh less when it's on your head. And look at that. It looks like it rolls up neatly on this cable management system they've included. So we've got two USB-A's and then the display port for our plugs. Yeah, so the reason why this is a beefy headset, Ellie, you say that's one beefy headset. The reason why is because this has two full true 4K displays that will render at native resolution for your eyes. And it has a really wide FOV. So basically, this is the first headset that has a wide FOV and should have almost no screen door effect for almost perfect clarity when you're inside of VR, which is really, really cool. But you need a really powerful PC to run it. So I'm going to be running this off of my 2080 Ti custom desktop with an i9-9900K for the CPU. Okay, so this by default comes with built-in audio coming right from this spot and this spot. And from what I've heard, this is very similar to like the Quest audio, which is not that amazing. So I went ahead and already ordered the Deluxe audio strap directly from Pimax. It's only $130, I think, or something like that, plus shipping. So not too bad, at least. But so this is kind of loose-ish, but that's fine. As long as it works, and holds it stable onto your head, that's what really matters. So you got this adjustment knob on the back here for tightening it and loosening it. And then we got our power, and I believe this is a volume right here. And I can grab my Pimax 5K real quick so I can show you them side by side. I have it plugged in right now, so you have to give me a minute. So there has been a number of design improvements since the 5K Plus. So you can see that we've got a new texture on this, and this feels more rubbery, which should actually provide better protection, I think, than this like kind of hard plastic. And then the other biggest improvement overall is that we have these, spongy not spongy, but what are these called? What are these called, Carla? When it's spring-loaded, tension. These basically these straps go over your head, and they kind of pull the Pimax onto your head. But the problem with these is that they kind of still end up with a lot of like front weight, putting weight from the headset directly onto your cheeks right here. So I'm really looking forward to trying this headset out because I think the more of the weight will go to your forehead rather than your cheeks. Now, I believe you could get, I'm not sure, I'm not 100% positive, but I think this old head strap right here that I'm going to be replacing will fit on my Pimax 5K Plus as well. So I'll be able to swap it over and have two headsets with good straps in the future. Okay, so let's see what else is in the box. Looks like we have a replacement foam. So this would replace this thicker foam right here, and basically this will allow your eyes to get closer to the VR lens for additional clarity depending on how it fits on your head. We've got this, looks like this is just a cable management tie, I'm guessing. Let's see what else is in here. Ooh, interesting. Is anything else in here? Is this just a bunch of nothing? Looks like this is a bunch of nothing, so not seeing anything in here, but because I feel like that's where the cable could actually go, but we'll see. But this box that they give you will actually double as a carrying case for your Pimax 8K Plus as well. So if you want to travel with it, you'll be able to pack it up in this and haul it around in something semi-protective. You don't have to buy a protective case, which is nice, but I wish it would latch down in some form because I don't want it flopping open just like that, you know? So let me go ahead and back the camera up again. Is it true that you have to focus on your RAM to other CPU, GPU, and trying to... is it true you have to focus on your RAM too, other than CPU and GPU, when trying to run a VR headset? Potentially, just depends on what game you're playing. But VR headsets in general are more intensive, especially on the VRAM, because you're running two high-resolution displays instead of just one. So let's go ahead and adjust this and just try fitting it on my face and see how it feels. So to start with, we're just going to loosen it up. And also, let's take out this insert as well. Okay. So this says, buckle the Pi tool up and let it run. Download and install the Pi tool. I've already installed the Pi tool, the latest version for my 5K Plus, so we're all good there. And then your experience is what we are concerned with. Need help from us? We're always willing to answer your questions. Support.pimaxvr.com. So that's nice. Let's go ahead and try on the headset. Oh, let's give you a look at those lenses. So those lenses look absolutely insane. I'm sure that if you've seen any of the Pimax content, you'll see like the lenses in here are just so much bigger than any other VR headset. Let me show you the Quest 2 real quick. Well, let me show you the HP Reverb would be a little better comparison because it's actually the same. And you can see these are just like maybe 1.5 inches or almost 2 inches across at most, maybe 1.75 inches. And then the index is like almost 3 inches wide for its, I don't know, probably 2.75 inches wide for the lens. So you just get a way wider field of view and way more potential detail because this is also a lot more pixels in each of the displays as well. So really, really cool. I really appreciate all the work that Pimax has done to try to make this possible. Like they started their company just with a Kickstarter, and it's crazy how far that company has come considering they just came off of a Kickstarter. So I think they're just battling right now with this half negative user experience and half positive user experience because they have not been able to establish a consistent trend among users of being super positive experience or super negative experience, because it's like half the people love it, half the people hate it. So let's just go ahead and see what I think of the feel. I'm going to put it on top of my head here. Okay, I still have to get this thing wider. All right. So you want to pull this thing back more. Interesting. I would have thought that would have been enough, but I guess not. Okay. So there we go. Wow, this is so much more comfortable than the previous Pimax 5K Plus head straps, at the very least. This thing is definitely a very large headset. Okay, so I'm definitely getting some light leakage in from the sides, at the moment at least, but I'm not fully tightening it down just yet. So getting this thing set up, we got to get this thing plugged into my desktop, and we got to rearrange everything around so that you guys will be able to see the VR display as I try stuff out, and then also see me as I try it out. So time to rearrange the cameras and plug in this headset and see if it works. Bravo 6 going dark. Hey guys, well, not sure if you've already mentioned it or not, but can you tell us how much it weighs? I'm not sure, but let me just hold it up. I've got my measurement tool. We can actually pull it out and compare the weight. It's remarkably close to the HP Reverb, actually. Considering the actual physical size, like the actual physical size of the headset seems like, you know, it would be like way 2 or 3 times more, but in reality, it's like not even, doesn't seem like it's nearly that much more weight. So let's go ahead and we gotta get that zeroed in. Have to tighten this down. Okay, so the Pimax weighs 2 pounds, 0.2 ounces. So basically exactly 2 pounds for the Pimax 8KX. Well, actually, looks like it wasn't quite zeroed correctly. Let's try measuring again. It's hard to fit it on the stand. There we go. So yeah, 2 pounds and just a little bit more. So just like 2.02 pounds or 0.5 pounds or whatever that is. Now, for the Reverb, make sure that we're zeroed properly. Yep. Okay. Looks like 1 pound, 6 ounces. So you're looking at about, what is that? 10 ounces or so more. 9.8 ounces more for the Pimax 8KX versus the HP Reverb. So, yeah. But the big thing is this is just a massive improvement on ergonomics compared to the 5K Plus with just the head straps. So time to rearrange this. Feel free to ask any questions in chat. I'll be checking chat fairly often. All right. Neck gains. Yeah. Kind of true. When it comes to VR, you definitely end up, you know, needing to gain a little bit of neck muscles, practically speaking. So for this camera, we're going to set this to be our overall camera when I'm using VR. So we'll kind of back this sucker up. And then I'll set the other camera to be zoomed in on my display so you guys can see me set up the Pimax and get everything going. Okay, so this is going to be a challenge. I'm going to have to unplug and replug in some stuff here. Okay. So this one, how far can I get? Not far enough. So we're going to have to go, I don't know if battery mode's going to be a problem, but we're going to try it. The stream might lag out here, guys. Whew. Very nice. We're doing it. Repositioning over to here so we can get set up. We're plugged back in. Now this can come closer. We're going to lose that video feed for a moment while I switch what plug that goes into. Very nice. Okay. And cool. Okay, here we are. Cool, cool, cool. All right. Let's go ahead and I've got to switch up the displays. Because this one's now going to be in the corner. And this one's going to be our full display while we get set up and whenever we run VR. Okay, and I guess we got to change the order. Boom. All right, very nice. Okay, so now this one, go up, move it back. Nice general view. Gotta do some cable management so I don't trip when I'm in VR, because that would not be good. Okay. Are we ready? We're ready to plug in the Pimax 8KX into the back of the desktop. There we go. Success, I think. Oh, it already detects it. Pimax 8KX. Very nice. So that's awesome. Let's go ahead and get the controllers. So if you did not already have your base station set up, basically I've already got them in the corners over here. Should show you that just so everyone that doesn't know what a base station looks like, you'll be able to see it for a moment. But
But basically, it's right there. There's one right here. And then I've got my other one over there. And so basically, this whole VR area, this is like my designated VR area for PC VR. At least in using the base stations. So you'll need to find a good place on the wall to mount those and then connect them to the PC with the receiver. It's not too long of a setup. It took me about an hour probably to do all of that. Back when I first got my Index. Okay, so this is the P tool, or Pi tool. And this is my first time using this tool with the 8KX, of course. So you can see we've got settings right here where we can do 9-axis mode. Let me go ahead and bring this a little closer so you can see the window a bit better. So we've got 9-axis mode. This allows you to just use the VR headset as like a like without the lighthouses basically. So you're just using the headset's gyroscopic sensors. So you can use that mode without the base stations for flight simulators, watching VR movies, videos, doing like 2D gaming inside of VR, using virtual desktop. So there's like quite a bit of applications you can use with the 9-axis gimbal support basically, or gyroscopic support. And I'm thinking I might use that for using my laptop on the go with the Pimax 8KX, because I'm not going to take the base stations with me on the go. But generally speaking, I'm thinking I'll still use the Quest 2 whenever I travel. Susie, come here.
It's okay, buddy. Okay.
All right. So, all right. So you can see that we have the tracking mode for Lighthouse. That means using the base station, 9-axis. Sorry, I've got Carla leaving the house for right now. Don't worry about locking it, Carla. Okay. All right. So we're going to use Lighthouse mode, which means we're using the base stations. We can set the color to be green, blue, or aquamarine. Interesting. It's really hard to tell that it's changing at all. This just looks green to me. All right. And then the other thing is we have two main modes for rendering to the display. We have Upscaling Mode, which is like 1440p. Device disconnected, it says. Why did... Oh, because I switched it to Upscaling Mode. Okay. So Upscaling Mode allows you to run the headset at 1440p, 2560 by 1440p, instead of the native 4K. And then it allows you to increase the refresh rate of the display from 75 to 114 hertz. So if you really wanted to have a more responsive display for, say, competitive games, you could switch over to this mode. Or if your PC can't run a game very well at the full 4K resolution, you can switch to Upscaling Mode as well for that. So we're just going to run this in native because we want to run it with the dual 4K displays at 100% resolution. Looks like the headset's going to reset back into normal mode again. Okay. All right, so with the display here, we can change the backlight. We can change the IPD offset to the left or to the right. Some users were complaining about that. And then vertical offset value as well for the right and left display. So you can dial in your visuals so they work better, which is a very important aspect. So we should all be set up for our room setup and Steam VR still. Let me see if I can get into a game. Maybe we'll start with Beat Saber. Let's see if we... Well, actually, I may need to repair these because I did reinstall the the tool. So let me go to device pair, index controller. Okay. Pair. We don't need to have Vortex running. All right, index controller, and we pair. Controller paired. Cool. So we've got our controllers paired to the Pimax 8KX, and I think we're good to launch into Steam VR again. Let's give it a shot and see if we can notice a difference. So overall setup was, I think, extremely smooth considering my first setup with the Pimax 5K Plus took forever, but let's see if this even works as it is right now. I've got to loosen the strap up a lot. Okay. So there we are. Okay, I loosened it up too much. Looks like our VR height is incorrect because we're underneath the floor. Oh, never mind. We're on top of the floor now. We got the controller there. I gotta load into a game so you can see what's going on. Let's let's give Half-Life Alyx a shot. This is gonna be one of the more demanding titles, without a doubt. So you guys should see Half-Life Alyx load up here. I can go ahead and also turn on VR FPS, so you'll be able to see what kind of FPS I'm seeing in the headset as well. Let me turn on that. Okay, looks like we already have it running. Let's open it up. Okay, very nice. All right, and let's get the camera situated correctly. This is very hard to do when I'm looking through the little nose gap. Okay, and then for the stream, we're going to want to position this camera down here. There we go. I suppose we can zoom in just a little bit more. Okay. Attention, your settings are above recommended levels. Display may be affected. Oh boy. Whoa. Okay, we lost tracking for a second there. Let me grab the other control. Where'd the other controller bounce around to? Ah, never mind. It's already up here. Okay. Well, it looks like we're hitting solid 75 FPS so far. Let me go ahead and try tightening this down some more. So it seems like right about here is the visual sweet spot, or at least comfort sweet spot, with very little. I've got a little bit of light coming in the left side because I've got very bright backlights behind me. Just a tiny bit of light coming in the right side as well. So we're getting rock solid 75 FPS. I wonder what VR settings we've got going right now for Half-Life Alyx. So we're at 100% sample resolution with 4.5K on one side and 3950 on the other side. I'm not sure, can I show you guys that? It's hard to see out of. There we go. Okay. Alright, can you guys see that? Looks like I need to raise it up just a little bit. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and see what this looks like. And I'm not going to be able to see chat for right now. Okay, I'm pretty sure my forehead hit the lens already. Yes, it did. So, time to bust out the microfiber cloth. It's because I had it so tight and I tilted the lens upwards. So, when you're cleaning these, you just want to be real gentle. Use a clean microfiber and just get in there. Give it a nice little gentle wiping, you know? Okay. I really want to just take a moment and see what I can see in this headset. Give you my impressions of the visual clarity. Also, let me check chat while I have the headset off. Okay. Thanks, I'll see you in the next one. Monday, 15th. There's no need to apologize. Okay. All right. Here we go. Let's. Thanks, Ellie. I'll see you another time. Okay, let's go ahead and see what this looks like inside of the headset. I'll try to give you my raw visual take on initial impressions. Okay, so I gotta look in a way that I'm not getting the light coming in the sides. I'll have to do something about these gaps on the right and left side if I keep this headset. I don't know why they did these little cutouts on the side of the foam. Wonder what the reason is. Probably for air. So letting the air come in. Okay, so I gotta adjust the IPD. It's too wide right now. I've got an IPD of around 62-ish, and it was set to 68. So I'm gonna try setting it to 62, which is what I set it on my Pimax 8K Plus. Okay, so I'm definitely getting the visuals coming in from the sides. But wow, that is some clear displays. Let's try loading into the opening mission here of Half-Life Alyx, because this is a rather challenging section of the map, because a lot of Half-Life Alyx is played inside of tunnels and indoor areas, and this section of the map is much more visually challenging because you have a big open area. And you can see right now we're getting 68 to 70 FPS. Let me check if... So we have motion smoothing enabled. But like so far, it's playing pretty good. Let's see what visual settings we're on as well. So we're on ultra fidelity. Let's try dropping this down to, say, medium. We gained some FPS there. I gotta say that overall, this headset is extraordinarily clear, but I need to get the ergonomics just right, you know? So I need to tighten this top strap down now that we've kind of found the spot for the top. That's looking more stable now because I was kind of falling out of the sweet spot, so you want to make sure you get the top strap set correctly. The audio, I can hear the audio quite clearly, so we're getting a pretty solid 70 to 75 FPS right now. Wow, I can see so much detail on his face. That is crazy. 75 FPS, rock solid. I am gonna knock something over if I'm not careful. Okay, let's... So this reminds me a lot of the Reverb's clarity, but just with a way wider FOV. It's incredibly immersive. Let's jump ahead to another section of the game where we can try to kill some stuff. let's go to games. To chapter 2, I guess. This is my buddy's save. So we could go to one of the other saves. There we go. Okay, this is a pretty good spot. I like loading into this location. There's a lot of zombies that I can kill here, so and it'll be interesting to see what the graphics, you know, how the GPU handles the Half-Life Alyx in this scenario. I'm definitely getting some reposition stutter there. So there's just a few moments where we had increased latency, but now it's very stable and we're hitting a rock solid 75 non-stop. That's awesome. Oop, we got some stuttering there. We're hitting 45. I wonder, like, we were running rock solid 70. I moved forward one step and now we're getting 50 FPS. Did something pop up on my display on my computer or something? Because it seems like something happened. Because it was running perfectly. I'm guessing this is the motion smoothing going on here, so I should disable that. Okay, that was very easy to find the sweet spot again. So I really like that. Oh. Getting some nasty leg there. So now we're getting 18, 24, 60. There's definitely something going on. Optimization-wise, like with my setup right now. I think that's one of the biggest downsides of buying the Pimax 8KX is that you're going to need to do this kind of optimization work. See, I've been playing this on the Quest, and so I'm not sure what the best thing. I'm not sure how do you grab the items. Oh my god. Okay, we gotta relocate here. Oh god, what's the gravity gloves button with these controllers? I'm not even sure, but it's really interesting to see the performance at least. So now we're getting a rock solid 75 with perfect green, no lag. I'm just gonna go ahead and try to kill some zombies here. So we're getting some more leg spikes there. So this is definitely the kind of thing where you're going to need to tune the system. But the fact that I was able to hit 75 non-stop means that it's definitely capable of playing this game on these settings with 100% render resolution, I think, smoothly. It's going to take some tweaking. So let's just go ahead and kill one more here. Yeah, let's use the mag up here. There it is. Okay, so we're getting rock solid 75 again. I wonder if something else is running in the background of my computer that just slowed me down for a little bit, because it's running really smooth again now. Let me go ahead and take it off, and we can switch games, and check chat. But I gotta say, overall, I'm really impressed with the FPS, and I'm really impressed with the clarity inside the headset. My forehead is sweating already though, so this is gonna definitely heat stuff up. All right, let's go ahead and try another game. I've been playing a lot of Hyperdash lately.
This game is so fun. Okay. All right. So, if you haven't tried out Hyperdash and you love like PvP games in VR, you gotta give Hyperdash a run. It's so good. Okay. I want to make sure that you're going to be able to see me. I'm going to need to move this back a bit. And I'm going to need to turn this. This is very difficult to do with the headset on. Go ahead. There we go. And we'll also want to tilt this up some more. Okay. Very nice. Okay. All right. Here we are. So it says we're getting only 50 right now. I wonder... Which doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I think we should be getting better FPS than that. So we've got to tweak the settings some, I think. I don't know if this game has much for tweaking settings inside of the game. I don't think so. So let me try launching the game from the Pi tool instead. I'm not sure if that's going to make a difference. Alright, let's try that out. Okay, I mean, it looks like, let's just take a look at what our Pi tool settings are set to, because that seems a bit lower than I was kind of hoping. Render quality. We're on normal right now. Let me try turning off these settings. Okay, and let's try restarting the game again. See if we can get some improved FPS with these settings. Alright, so turning off parallel projection should help us out quite a bit. Now we're getting a rock solid 75. Alright, that's what I'm talking about. Alright, let me go ahead and need this to come up. There we go. Alright, so we get a little longer cable play that way. I gotta say, in terms of brightness, like the whites in this display just aren't quite as bright as I would love. So let me try going into the Pi tool here inside of VR. And can I increase the backlight? I can. Oh, that's better. I like that. I like that better. Yes. Okay. The visuals look much better now, I think. But it's going to depend on what kind of game you're playing, probably. Oh yeah. So this to me is like just as clear as the Reverb G2. Okay, and I'm talking to everyone in the game now too. Huh. Oh man. Let's try to kill these guys.
Oh no. This is playing great. Let me try turning on push to talk. There we go. So now I don't feel bad when I'm talking, so. Okay. So if you haven't played this game allows you to dash around on the rails. Allows you to jump forward as well as move around. There's a bunch of different weapons, and this game takes a lot of skill. There's a very deep learning curve to mastering this game. But once you get this game down, it is so fun. Oh no. And I love that you can like just chat and talk with the random people that you're playing with. Wonder if I can turn the volume up on this headset right now, because there we go. Okay, so that sounds better to me. The audio is still pretty tinny, but at least I've got like some basic audio to work with. Oh no, real players. Plus, I'm not used to the index controllers. I've been playing this game mostly on the Quest. Quest and the reverb controllers, which are very similar to the Quest. So it's different when you're playing with these like squeeze-based controllers rather than a grip button-based controller. Okay. Where's the real player at? Oh.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Red team wins.
Okay. So this game is running exceptionally well. We've got great clarity in the headset. I mean, this makes sense. The Hyperdash is an easy game to run, so.
How do I get out of here? Oh my
Okay, so let's go ahead and jump back
Your controllers are switched. Switch the controller.
to, let's jump to Beat Saber and give that a try. But overall, 2 giant thumbs up for Hyperdash. I just have to get used to these controllers. And I also got to figure out, I need to try the other foam padding, because I think I would actually like the foam padding from the other one better. Because I'm getting a lot of this like light coming in the sides. At least maybe if I face this way it'll be better. But I can't, I have to face the direction. Alright, let's give Country Rounds a run here. I'm gonna get super sweaty playing Beat Saber. So the audio definitely does not have much bass to the headset. And like the mids and highs, I don't know, it kind of sounds like if you had like a headphone, like a pair of headphones that are just next to your ear when they should be like against your ear. That's the way I would describe the audio. Oh no. So this is obviously running really, really well. No problems in Beat Saber at all. Love it. Let's try, I mean, Star Wars Squadrons, I can pretty much guarantee you, is gonna run not so great. But let's give it a shot. You never know, right? And for this, I'm also gonna have to sit down at the desk. Because this is a PC, I don't have controllers, so this is gonna be a PC and mouse. So maybe this is better to just wait to do this game until I do a couple other sit-down games. Let me try loading up Virtual Desktop. I'm really curious to see, you know, just how virtual desktop, how clear it is, you know. Okay, so this, when you're just looking at text just straight like this, it becomes easier to tell when you're not in the visual sweet spot or when you need to adjust your IPD some more. It's very close to perfect for me. Um, so like left eye is in perfect focus, right eye is out of focus just a little bit. So left eye is staying in focus. I just got to get the IPD dialed in a little bit better. And this is the kind of thing I probably will test more and figure out on stream. But at least for me, using the virtual desktop right now is extremely legible and very clear. But I need to play around with these settings some more, get a better idea of what I think about virtual desktop inside of VR. But wow, the detail on the visuals on this headset are definitely like very similar to the HP Reverb, without a doubt. Let's see here, what other games do we want to try? Suppose we could give Carnage Chronicles a run, see if it runs well. Allow that, and we're going to have to reposition everything. So that you can see everything. Let's go ahead and do that. This is very difficult to do with the VR headset still on, so I'm going to take the headset off for a moment. Is this the 8K? Yes, this is the 8K. But you're not going to be able to really see the difference because you're just seeing what the monitor is. But I can just give you my impressions of it, and you guys can see the performance stats on the right side as well. Though it's probably really hard to see these stats, but know that when this is a green consistent bar across here, we're getting great performance. And then when it's like has orange and red spikes, it means we're not getting as good of performance. How's it going, mate? When will you think the Asus Strix G17 will be available again? It keeps going in and out of availability. It just depends. Okay, so I mean, and most of the availability I see is basically you pre-order it for getting it a few months down the line, you know. I don't know. Did that work? Do I just go through here now? Nice. Okay, so it's been a long time since I played this game. We're hitting 75 FPS pretty consistently. Okay, so this is giving me a little bit of God rays, this blue thing on the right. But the God rays on this device, I think, are less noticeable. Wow, a lot less noticeable than on most VR headsets. Like, definitely less noticeable than on my Pimax 8K Plus. The 5K Plus, the God rays are really noticeable. Cool, so how do I should probably like do the tutorial again or something. Ah. This is really cool. I just don't know how to use this interface. But this is clearly running really well.
And this is one of the more visually impressive VR titles. Oh, you know what we should run? We should run Skyrim, but I don't know if Skyrim is installed. Is there any VR titles that you guys really want to see? I may not have them all, though. I may not own all the VR titles. So we're getting really solid performance here. I don't know. I think we should, let's just jump to another game. I really want to try Star Wars Squadrons and Elite Dangerous. Those are the two that I really want to try personally. So let me go ahead and rearrange the setup here so I can try plugging it in and sitting down here. Okay. So let me try going on this side for the camera. All right. I'll grab this right here. All right, we'll do a quick test of Squadrons and Elite Dangerous. And we'll see how it goes. I have a distinct feeling Squadrons, well, I think Squadrons is going to need the reprojection. So let me try. I need to try running it with reprojection enabled. Let me just see if this works properly or not. I don't think it will, though. Yeah, I'm seeing double. So I mean, we're getting good performance right now in the menu here, but that's not good enough. We're gonna go ahead and restart Steam VR. So Star Wars Squadrons is a really fun game. I've been playing it, working through the solo missions as well as doing some of the multiplayer. It is so intense whenever you do Star Wars Squadrons multiplayer. The people are so good at the game. I've never felt more immersed in a Star Wars game in general than in Star Wars Squadrons. So okay, so let's see here. Are we? Yeah, we've got one view now. That's a good sign. I really want to play with the okay, so our height is incorrect right now. There we go. How are we doing on FPS? Hitting 62 FPS? I don't know what it just clicked. Okay. All right, let me see what you guys can see. Go ahead and make sure that you guys. Oh, you guys aren't going to be able to see. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to see the VR FPS because otherwise it won't be able to. Otherwise, it won't be able to let me control the game at the same time. But you can see the VR, the Steam VR section at least. In the top right. Though it's kind of hard to see. Let me try turning down the brightness here. All right. So right now we're getting 45 FPS. Let's see what happens when we get into the cockpit. That'll be the true test for performance. Okay, so we're getting 47 FPS. Wow, the clarity is really good. And it's fairly smooth, even at the 48 FPS right now, but this is far from ideal, right? Let's just try to kill a couple of ships here. Oh, it's so easy to track him compared to like the reverb, where the narrow FOV prevents you from being able to see. This guy's very good at dodging. There we go. I really need to get a pair of joysticks, some HOTAS. Oh my god. So even at this frame rate, this game plays reasonably well. Like I'm pretty well immersed, but ideally I definitely would want a better frame rate if I was going to play this a lot. So I would probably drop the resolution down some to optimize to try to hit that 75 FPS. Maybe go into upscaled mode. Okay, Vax. Let's go. You're going down. All right, nice. I'm about to die. This is such a cool experience. If you haven't tried Star Wars Squadrons and you have a PC VR headset, it's definitely a game worth playing if you can handle the motion of being in a space fighter like this. Okay. Very nice. Okay, so that's a really great experience overall. Is Squadrons crossplay with PlayStation VR? Yes, it is. You can play. I'm pretty sure it is at least. I think you can play with Xbox and PlayStation VR. I think it's PlayStation VR compatible if you get the right PlayStation model as well. Okay, so last game, let's try out Elite Dangerous and see how that plays. Clearly, this headset needs a lot more tweaking than your average VR headset, without a doubt. But, I mean, the visuals are mostly there. I think I need to play around with like which foam I really want to use, and then try to find the right IPD adjustment so that I'm right in the visual sweet spot like the whole time. Because it feels like I'm like very close to the visual sweet spot, but I think my right eye isn't getting the perfect clarity, but my left eye, which is my dominant eye, is. So I'm still getting really good clarity. I just want to get like the double clarity of both eyes being perfectly in focus. So if you don't know, Elite Dangerous is one of the hardest VR titles to run because it requires parallel projection, and it's just a nutty title to try to run in general in VR. So like even with the HP Reverb's reduced resolution, I'm not able to get full 75 FPS constantly in Elite Dangerous. So let's see what we get with the Pimax. So right now we're getting about 70-ish. I need to recenter the view. Can I do that? Is it not going to let me? Oh, now maybe it will? Yeah, there we go. All right. Whoops. Oh, that's okay. We'll load into whatever game mode we were, or wherever we were at last time I was playing. Oh man, this clarity is insane. Just being able to read everything so clearly is, it's just awesome. Just like on the, it's I would say the clarity is very, very similar to the reverb, without a doubt. It's just you've got way more FOV to see what's going on around you, and it feels more immersive. And this headset, I wouldn't say it's quite as comfortable as the reverb because the reverb is so light, but still, this is very impressive. Let's do a jump to one of the ports and do a dock, because the docking, like right now, we're hitting almost consistently perfect 75 FPS, which is very surprising. We're not in combat or anything though, so. Anyway, let's go ahead and try docking. Where's a base? Batua base station. Okay. So we need to go. We're not aiming at the thing yet. Well, let's get aiming at the right place. There it is. So yeah, we're accelerating right now to a station. Rock solid 75 FPS, which is, I'm honestly surprised because I feel like I didn't get this good of performance on the reverb, quite frankly. But maybe it's because I'm also trying to go for 90 FPS with the reverb. And this is only trying to hit 75 FPS to be in like the happy medium. I wonder if there's any bad guys I could go blow up here. Like if we went to this unidentified signal source. So encoded emissions. So we need to slow way down if we're going to stop here. I'm still fairly new to Elite Dangerous. I'm not an expert by any means. So like I'm still learning the ropes of the game basically at this point. I've just got my second ship after doing a bunch of missions. Bounty hunting missions, basically. And so right now what I'm doing is I'm slowing down my speed as I get closer to the target here. So we don't go blow way past it. And then once we get close enough, I can come out of Super Cruise. Oh, snap. Something was blown up here. Looks like some pirates blew up a pre-existing system, or a pre-existing ship. And there's they left some materials here. We could try picking up something here. Let's do that instead of fighting something. So need to lower my cargo scoop. And so right there on the left, I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's a cargo scoop aiming tool. What can you guys see right now? Yeah, you guys can see it, I think. So I have to aim and get this thing to fall into my like cargo scoop catcher, basically, if I want to take this thing and make it, use it to resell for more value, basically. Got it. Okay. So This headset is going to be amazing for Elite Dangerous. I can tell you that much already. I'm actually really surprised we're getting rock solid 75 FPS because maybe it's just because I'm in a less demanding area. Let's continue on back to the station because the station will probably be where we... oh, we gotta... The station will probably be where we're going to run into our biggest performance bottleneck. All right. Here we go. Oh. Oh. There's so much stuff around me right now. Okay. So we're still hitting a rock solid 75 while we're jumping around at least. Is anyone here an Elite Dangerous expert? Okay, so we're going too fast. We need to slow down, slow down. Slow down. Oh goodness. We're going way too fast. Going back. Looks like I don't know if we need to, like, I'm not sure what's the best, like, method for, like, making sure I don't overshoot it like that. Is this on this side of the planet or on the other side of the planet? Because I can't tell. We're almost there, though. I think it's on this side of the planet. Oh, crap. I don't know what this is. But it happens when you're trying to come out of Super Cruise at different places. It's like this mini game where you have to, like, navigate into the escape vector. I'm not sure what I'm escaping, but I'm escaping something. Okay, we gotta go back. All right, very nice, very nice. We've almost made it. We're there. Okay, so let's see what kind of FPS we get while we dock. So you can see we're instantly getting lower FPS. We're down to 65 FPS right now. 65. All right, let's go ahead and... I'm not an expert at docking yet, so we're going to need to do a docking procedure. All right, so we're going to let this thing auto dock, and we can just look at the performance. 70 FPS. I got to say, overall, this has been an exceptionally good experience. The menus are so clear. Everything, you're just like, I'm just like blown away. Like that ship right there is just so clear to see inside this headset compared to something like the Quest 2, which is what I've played a lot of hours on this. Or the reverb is, I think, equally clear, or like at least at first glance, the reverb and the 8KX seem like almost identical in terms of clarity. Okay, so we're getting 45, 55, 53, 56, 55, 48, 49, 51. So we're getting some great FPS outside of the station, but inside of the station we're definitely running into some bottlenecks. But I mean, the headset, it's not like it's getting massive stutters. Like the frame time is staying consistent at least. So like it doesn't feel like it's that jarring. It's just that I think at certain points you're going to just run into the just less than optimal FPS, you know? But the clarity you're getting in this headset is just, it's insane. So we'll want to restock, repair, refuel. Everything is just so clear in this game. I mean, they did a good job designing the VR menus and everything, but this headset definitely takes it to another level. I don't know. I think if you're on a budget, I think the Reverb is definitely the better buy. But if you have an unlimited budget, I'm just thinking the Pimax is kind of where it's at. The 8KX is definitely, I think, the headset I'd recommend, at least for now. Like, the whole left-right IPD, like, I feel like right now in this game, like, I'm seeing almost perfect clarity. Like, with no IPD issues or very minimal. Like, it's so close to the perfect sweet spot, and it's stayed in that sweet spot the entire experience, pretty much. And in terms of being able to read stuff all around the display, like, I would say the middle half of the display is super clear. So you can like move your eyes around and kind of read and look at everything, and it's just very, very clear. So dang. Yeah. So yeah, I'm impressed. This headset, I think this is going to be my go-to headset, probably, just from first impressions. Probably a keeper for me, I think. But I'm going to need to spend a lot more hours in the headset to really decide whether or not it's truly for me. But wow, that is an awesome overall experience for sure. Whew. Yeah, buddy. Okay, so overall first impressions. Very comfortable on the head. Good pressure overall. Though the whole thing is heavier than, say, the HP Reverb G2. I can definitely kind of feel that extra weight. And I think if you're going to play like 10 hours of VR in a row, which would be insane, that's where I think the Reverb G2 may have a slight advantage, just because of like overall neck pressure and head pressure required to keep the headset perfectly stable. But the FOV and immersion that I'm getting playing this, it's definitely, I think, a higher level than with the Reverb G2. Or say the Quest 2, or obviously the Quest 2 resolution is not anywhere near the Reverb or the Pimax 8KX. But the Quest 2, I think, is like, if you're going to play games that can really benefit from wireless, then I think virtual desktop with wireless streaming is awesome. For all of the PC VR, as long as you don't need a quick response time. Like if you're playing competitive shooting PvP games, don't do the wireless virtual desktop for that. Because it's just not a quick enough response time to be competitive, I think. But if you're playing Half-Life Alyx, it's still great. Or Skyrim or whatever, that's where I think the Quest 2 with wireless desktop streaming really shines. Especially for the price point. You can buy 4 Quest 2s for the price of one Pimax 8KX, just to give you the perspective. And that's not including the price of the base stations or the controllers. And if you include all of that, you can buy 6 Quest 2s for the price of one Pimax 8KX. So instead of buying one Pimax 8KX for yourself, you can buy a headset for your entire family, for example, and all do VR together or whatever. I don't know. Still, overall, if money's no object, I think the 8KX is the headset to get. That's my first impressions. But you also need a powerful PC, like a really powerful PC. My 2080 Ti is only putting up 50 frames right now. So I've got a 3090, RTX 3090 coming in the mail eventually. I've got it ordered. You know how this is going on right now with desktops. It's just, I'm in the queue. It might be a couple months before I get my 3090. So, but for now, this is still going to work really, really well for VR. DRVO, what's the best laptop I can get right now with a $1,500 budget? I would say check my spreadsheet, DRVO, and check out my top rated laptops. there's a link in the video description down below if you want to check that out. So I'm going to go ahead and end the live stream now, unless you guys have any questions. I haven't really seen much questions during the live stream, and that's okay. If you guys have any questions, I'll be checking the comments as well, so feel free to ask questions in the comments. I don't check comments later on, like say 6 months from now, I probably won't see any comments, but for the next couple days at least, I'll check the comments and try to answer them. But yeah, for now, I'm going to go ahead and tinker and play around with the Pimax 8KX some more on my own, and try to get the IPD, check out the different foams, and try some more games. I'm really excited about this headset. It's like I'm giving it like a tentative 2 thumbs up from my first experience. It fits my head. It looks pretty dang clear. And as we saw, it played a number of the games fairly well, even with the 2080 Ti. So I will see you guys in the next live stream. Thanks so much for stopping by and checking out the unboxing and initial impressions and testing of the Pimax 8KX. I'll see you in the next one. Brandon out.